This is Chase Itty from Praj Hipurity Systems, Mumbai. Welcome to this webinar seminar on a unique topic on an approach by Praj Hipurity to provide under the single roof integrated solutions to pharma and biopharma industry. So this is a solution-oriented, tailor-made solution for the pharma and biopharma industry. How it works, details, I'll be explaining it in the next 20 minutes. Here now we are focusing on the pharma injectable side and the biopharma side. So if you look at it, this is a typical flow in a injectable manufacturing facility. Something very similar would be also in a biopharma, but basic differences on the biopharma products and the processes would be different. But if you look at it from the point of view of high purity utility, compendial utility, and the product that you have to make, the end product here that you make is the injectable drug, which is the low volume parenteral or the small volume parenteral and the large volume parenteral. And now to make this product, pharma companies would require right from the raw water. The raw water is treated and you generate water which is fit for injectable purpose, that is water for injection. And you would further add your salts, you would add your API intermediaries into it, and you will make your drug. So Praj Hipurity as a company brings the complete solution under one roof, which would help you treat your water as well as make your final solution, which you would be feeding into your filling machine. So in fact, the final drug, the final product, till that point, right from raw water, under one roof, Praj Hipurity gives you an integrated solution. So that is an approach that we are trying to explain and the benefits thereof for the customers. If you look at the complete chain here at the bottom that we have shown, you have raw water that comes to a factory. It could be from multiple sources of water. We, as a company, a service provider for water systems, would right from your pre-treatment of water, designing the pre-treatment, right pre-treatment, to your purified water generation, to water for injection, pure steam generators. Once you have generated the water for injection, you would take them into your process vessels where you would use compounding and prepare your drug. You would use sterile filtration, multiple filtrations, and then bring it to your holding or buffer vessels. And from there, you would take it to the filling machine. So the very point till the filling machine, from the raw water that comes into the factory, an integrated solution is what Praj proposes for pharma industry, which brings in accountability, high-end engineering, and a reliable partner like Praj. So what you see here at the bottom, right from raw water, pre-treatment, purified water generation, the water for injection, then the process vessels for your injectable solution, till your filling line, till your product. So this complete offering integrated approach is what we are talking about. So this is what Praj offers. So let's just talk about a sample injectable facility where, say, suppose they are manufacturing or they are trying to produce bags and bottles of large volume parenterals, and they would be having filling machines. A typical capacity is shown here. Now, to be able to generate this product of large volume parenteral till your filling machine inlet, right from the beginning, the whatever is required, designing, procurement, fabrication, doing factory acceptance tests, install and commission the complete LVP line right from your raw water treatment to the final filling machine. So this is what we are talking about here. What does Praj bring when you say this? When we say right from raw water to your product under one solution, under one roof, the best of the engineering, the best of the manufacturing facility that can give you one solution. What brings important aspect here is that right from your cleaning, the cleanability, containment, sterility, when you talk about a injectable plant, all your sterile processes have to be designed in accordance with the guidelines, ensuring that you are able to clean it in CTU. So you are able to do CIP, you are able to do SIP, you are able to sterile it in place and take out your batches. So the sterility, functionality that each of these components, right from water systems to your holding vessel and the transfers thereof, happen seamlessly. While doing this, you are able to comply with the guidelines, whatever you are following. Maybe it could be a US FDA guideline, it could be EU, European Union guideline. So for you to be able to follow that and maintain data integrity, so the automation aspect of the complete line, water and the process equipments under one roof, it can be integrated approach. You can have reports which are integrated or separated at the same time. So the ability to be able to do automation, which also brings you complete data integrity, adheres to 21 CFR compliance, gives you GAM5 compliance. So this, all these aspects, all these critical aspects which go into the engineering as well as the practices for pharma would be taken care. Traceability is one of the major things in pharma where right from every component that goes into your equipment which you use for your pharma water systems or for your process vessels are having 100% traceability. So Praj being a company in this industry for the last 25 plus years, this is something which is inbuilt into the organization. So when the customer comes for fat, the complete traceability is shown to the customer and the documentation thereof. So when you have separated approach to water process in injectable facility, there are many gaps that can happen. You will have multiple vendors who would do it for you, and there would be gaps which the customer will have to fill. So this here, what you see is a seamless, integrated under one roof approach by Praj, which gives you raw water to your product handled by a single company. Now let us look at a simple injectable scope here. You have, say, pre-treatment followed by PW generation, say suppose 3000 liters per hour. Then you would require water for injection and pure steam generation. Then you would require the storage for these water for injection, purified water. Then you will have to distribute it throughout your facility, take it till the point where you make your drugs. And then you would require the processing vessels where you would do the compounding, mixing, and then you will pass it through a sterile filtration process and then hold it in a buffer vessel, and then from there transfer to your filling line. So what you see here is your filling line, what you see here is your incoming water. The entire scope in between seamlessly being handled by Praj, complying to international standards, guidelines. Now let us look at each of these individually. So let us first start from water systems. What do we do when we do water system designing? So these are the 8 principles of designing a good water system. Now, every water system designer should take care of these aspects while designing. Right from your chemical impurities, you should know what are the chemical impurities, and you need to design the water system for the chemical microbial impurities that are present in the raw water. Raw water changes from every place to every place, every customer to every customer. And there lies the secret that the detailed water analysis should be looked at while designing the right pre-treatment and generation. Keep the window as small as possible so that if you have purified water generation, that is the block which actually gets validated. Before that, you actually need not validate, but you keep all the records. So whatever is the pre-treatment, you demarcate it very clearly and try to pre-treat the water and get it to a condition so that the purified water generation unit can give you outlet quality which is as per your US pharmacopoeia requirement or EU norm. So the window as small as possible is good. There should be no low flow or no flow. That means right from your initial pre-treatment starting to your entire point till you deliver the drugs to the filling machine, there should not be any point where the water stagnates or water slows down. You have to take into consideration right water velocity throughout. So movement is very important so that it doesn't stagnate and that doesn't result in microbial growth. So this is one of the basic important aspects while designing. You should reduce as little number of inline storage. So intermediate storage should be discouraged as much as possible. If you are doing storage intermediate, then try to have as minimum as possible the buffer storage. We will see in a video in a little while as to how has Praj taken care of the small buffer in the PW generation. Recycle as much as possible, and you should look at the core process of the water industry, and that is most important while designing. So all the elements of water treatment, right from separation of suspended solids to taking care of pathogens, taking care of particulate matter, care of dissolved solids, each aspect of contamination should be taken care while designing. So these are actually said to be the basic fundamentals of designing one should take care, which any good company should take care. We're talking about here what actually looks like a injectable plant. If you look at it here, wherever you have this Praj, that is the scope. That is the scope that Praj will supply, and rest would be from other vendors, and the customer would arrange. So here, if you look at it, the utility portion, right from here, the water portion, and the process vessels, these sections are done by Praj. So if you're talking about purified water, if you're talking about pure steam, WFI, if you're talking about utility pipelines, compressed air, nitrogen, as well as the purified water, WFI, and pure steam loops, that is taken care completely by Praj. Once you take the water for injection into your vessels, these vessels, manufacturing, filtration, as well as the CIP, SIP in situ for these, completely designed by us and in line with the requirement of the customer, completely tailor-made. And once it is filtered, it goes to the filtration holding vessels, and from there, it goes into your final filling machine. So this integrated approach is what makes Praj unique. Under one roof, you get the complete high purity solution. So now let us look at the pre-treatment. Pre-treatment again is a vast subject. Right pre-treatment is most important. Look at the water analysis and design it suiting the water, how much ever bad it is. So it might call for, say, ozonation in case you have pseudomonas, or say lighter methods of oxidation. So this completely depends on how you design it. So basically, recycling is best, and then the right process that you're using. Purified water generator. This is the heart of generating your purified water. Now here, most important things are the microbial limits, endotoxin limits, and the possibility of scalability of this for future. So here I would like to pause and show you a small video section that is a purified water generator from Praj. What you see here is a purified water generator from Praj. It is a completely automated in situ CIP possible, automatic modes for sanitization, sleep, normal mode, completely drainable, in line with the guidelines, and complete documentation in line with the pharma requirements. Automation standards of 21 CFR GAM5 compliant. So this is a completely pre-engineered skid giving you complete peace of mind to generate purified water. So I am not going into the details of this. Let's go back. And here what you see is the purified water that I just showed you from Praj. Next comes the Combi, Praj Combi. This is a unique solution from Praj Hipurity called the Praj Combi, which is a design from Aquaneva, Sweden. So we have manufacturing license. We manufacture these stills in our Mumbai factory. This one still will give you both WFI and pure steam simultaneously at 100% capacity. That's the beauty of this equipment. This equipment is designed to give 1 meter per second of rising steam, which is a unique feature which will eliminate any particle size more than 0.2 micron. So this is one of the vital design schemes of Aquanova design.
which enables that you get any kind of endotoxin free WFI coming out. So this is the most important part and design, and this is a single unit. You don't have to buy WFI and pure steel separately, separate connection, separate validation, separate spares. No, you have to just have one kit, one validation,
and you get WFI and pure steam completely from this kit. Let's go into the next part, and that is the compounding vessels. So you manufacture your solution in these compounding vessels, which are completely designed by Praj, possible for doing in situ CIP, SIP, and then you have the integration till the filling machine, right from compounding vessel to your filtration skid, holding vessel, any recirculations required, CTU, SIP, CIP, and the integration to the filling machine. This is what is unique about Praj,
bringing it all under one roof. So this is the
layout for a complete utility or injectable solution, right from pre-treatment to PW generation. You have Praj Combi, and then you have the compounding and holding. So this is what brings Praj as a unique solution provider under one roof. I think my time is over. Hello. Hello. Zalak.
Yes.
I
Hello.
think the time is over, so I think I need to stop here, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you so